go in first so that, oh look, everyone's doing good right now.
Hello, Dorothy. Hello.
I don't know when. No. Hi, Dorothy.
Oh, you're so soft.
She's very soft.
She's so tiny.
Where are you going?
She's super tiny.
I know, she's very little.
Camera. Hello.
And you know she gets a little nippy sometimes, right?
Yes. Hello.
So everybody, this is Kim R. You can see this video.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, you probably all know her from chat and Facebook and
She's really tiny, folks.
except for her belly.
That's true. Her belly is growing.
Imagine how big she will be
in another 2 weeks.
Another week or two, yeah.
Loading.
She's gonna be a big girl, and she's so soft.
She is. She's got a foofy tail.
I know.
This is awesome. So they find the other 2 kittens from last night?
Actually, Lori just posted a comment. I have to.
You're a lover, aren't you? You're a lover.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Kim flew all the way out here to go to the gala last night.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Oh, and she slept on her Wizard of Oz blanket.
Oh, cool.
Which is nice because she, when she first came, she would only sleep on the hard shelf over there.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's slowly learning the joys of like a
There's
nice
so many options
bed.
to sleep in.
I know. So now she's kind of branching out, which is good. Let's see.
You're just doing circles, aren't you? You're working the laps.
Yeah, this is what she does sometimes. She's so funny because she is so affectionate.
Mm-hmm.
She's so sweet, but she doesn't know what to do with herself sometimes. She gets excited and then she goes over there and then she'll come over here and then she'll play with her little ball.
I passed Waldo and Tubbs. I saw it's like
Waldo
and Tubbs. I know what that is. This is awesome.
Yeah, I think are they open Sundays? I don't actually.
Yeah, actually the door was open, so
she's very nice.
Quite a happening place.
Yeah.
In downtown Fort Langley.
I know for such a small. It's a strange place. I like it, but it was. The housekeeping's office is right over there. See that second story yellow balcony?
Yeah.
He's over there working right now.
Oh, well, that's convenient. You can walk to work.
I know.
And walk back.
I know. We can send each other smoke signals.
The window.
We should have the cups with the strings. Yep. So let's see. Okay, so I was gonna look up the update. I just saw that Lori posted a comment. Lori wasn't there last night, but she is awesome.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and somebody at my table, and I don't know who it was, but Luana was sitting next to me, and she came over and she was filling Luana in on the story and the fact that they caught 2 of the kittens. And then I saw the update this morning with the picture of the beautiful llama, who's gray.
I know.
And I didn't know they set off fireworks here for the 4th of July.
I know, it's so weird, right?
For Halloween.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
I know. I was like, what is this? Why are people shooting guns?
Yeah, this was the first time I was here for Halloween, and I'm sitting at my friend's sister's house who's hosting me this week, and I just hear these bang bang, and I'm like, okay, I didn't think there was like violence in British Columbia, and she comes and she's fireworks, they do that for Halloween and for Canada Day, and I'm like, okay, who knew?
I know.
Who knew?
I know.
So we went to downtown Vancouver, and they were shooting off all over the place.
Oh, that's fun.
So
you've gotten to see, is this your first time out here?
Well, not since 1987, so it's been a really long time.
Oh, are you enjoying it?
Yes.
So it's probably cold where you are right now?
Actually, yes. It's warmer here than home, because in Northern Virginia it was supposed to be freezing and cold and windy. Wow. So, and I guess it's snowing in the mountains.
Ooh.
And
I
here.
miss snow.
Where are you from originally?
Minnesota.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And born in Iowa because we have a farm there. And then moved to Minnesota, and then East Coast for college, and then West Coast, sort of where I ended up. And then here.
And then here.
Yeah.
You and your RV and your computers and the questionable Canadian border crossing people.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I brought Barb to the banquet last night, and I was trying to fill her in on the background. And she's like, "So,
it's so
how did this woman get into this thing?" And I'm like trying to fill her in on.
It's a great question. I know. It is. If you had asked me, like, the first week I moved here, what would be happening in a few years, I would never have guessed. There would be cats and
pregnant cats and kittens and a million people watching, and Barb was like, "There's a million people that are friends." I said, "Oh yeah." Said when Dorothy gives birth, there will be almost 800 people watching at any given time. I was like, "Wow, I might have to get into this."
Yeah, it's cool sometimes, right?
So she is making, by the way, another blanket.
Oh, really?
Like that one, because I had the fabric for 2.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I know you gotta leave, so I'll go ahead and make this so you don't have to make it and then ship it. And then when I'm done with it, just tell me where you want it taken." I said, "I can do that."
That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet.
Like I said last night, considering the fact and the story with Janet, and it's so true. You get so stressed out.
Yeah.
And then you just log on here and watch kittens, and it's amazing how relaxing kittens it can be.
Yeah.
And I do that a lot. In the middle of the day, I'll just get to the point where at work I'm just ready to scream, and I'll say, "Kitten break."
Yeah.
And people have actually gotten used to it. They're like, they come in, they see the cam, and I'm like, "All right." They're like, "Okay, Kim needs 5 minutes." Leave her alone.
That's awesome that people know kitten cam equals break time.
Yes, exactly. Step away from Kim.
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Oh, that's good. You have them trained.
So she's got 5 or 6 in there?
We think at least 5. I think she's gonna be pretty big though. I don't know. There may be more than I don't know. Maybe more than that.
Callie got 5. really
she was
fast.
Giant. I know, giant.
So how was Callie bigger than she is? I mean, size-wise?
Like without babies?
Yeah,
a little bit bigger. Callie was pretty small too, though. I think when they start having babies young, it sort of stunts their growth because all the nutrition that is supposed to be going to help them grow has to go to the babies because they don't usually have proper nutrition. So. And the parasites and all of like that parasite load just diverts all the nutrition.
I'm so glad she was, despite the disgusting commentary, I was glad she was able to get rid of all
Oh
that.
my gosh, I know. I'm fascinated by the tapeworm poop. Awesome. So Lori is going back at noon to look for more kittens.
And do they know that there were only 4, or are they just guessing that there were only 4?
I suspect, I don't know if the person who brought her in was the people who run the farm. I think the people who run the farm think that there were 4 kittens that were born in a barn.
Okay.
So they're going back. So, but the babies are old enough that it's not a lost cause if they're separated overnight, as long as they can hide somewhere. So
it's not super cold outside. I mean, it's 50-ish. So.
And if there are 2 of them and they're together, they can regulate their own body heat at that age. If they were in a barn, so the only thing is they thought she may have been moving them because of the fireworks. So.
What do you smell? Your mouth is open.
Are you just using your thumb? Yes, so baby food. So hopefully they will find those babies.
And what's the status on the jungle moms?
The actual cat ones. We tried for like 6 months to find them, and we watched the one get pregnant, and then we didn't see her, so she had babies. And we could never get them coming to we had 3 different feeding stations set up, and we could never get them coming consistently to any of them.
Ooh.
And we talked to all the business, it's an industrial area, so all the businesses have, like, they're behind gates. So at night, which is when they're active, we can't access any of that. And so the only places we could set up feeding stations were, like, not, I mean, the places that they walk through, but not necessarily places where they're going to have babies nearby.
Right.
So we tried, and we need to regroup on that. We were just spending so much time, and we ended up attracting like raccoons.
Yeah, I saw. It's like, maybe that's how Link's got his floofiness. He's half raccoon.
I know, yeah. So we kind of have to, I think we need to get the community involved out there and try to pinpoint where they are. So, and it's a lot, we talked to a lot of people out there, and they're not really interested in, you know, looking for cats after their night shift, or, you know, like,
come on,
which, like, you can't really blame them, you know. But they all have our number, and Julia, some of the other people put up posters and handed out posters saying, if you see cats, let us know. And so we're hoping to get a better sense for where they might be congregating. There's supposedly some sort of dump back there that, again, we can't access, but that the cats kind of hang out at. And it's a lot of, it's like food warehouses.
Oh, so lots of food.
Lots of food, lots of rats. Lots of rats with ringworm in your food storage warehouse.
Well, is there any concern with the FIP thing? With the
So
possibility?
So we've been talking to Dr. Peterson at UC Davis, and he says still that they're trying to find a link between genetics and whether certain genetics have a predisposition to the coronavirus mutating to the FIP virus, and so he still says that it's the same. They have the same chance as any other cat of getting it. So they think that if their immune systems are compromised, then they have a heart when they're young. Like there's a certain period of time when if it's compromised, then the virus mutates, and their bodies aren't able to mount a response. Then they're more susceptible to getting it later on. But they just don't know. They just don't know anything about it, which sucks.
Yeah. Well, again, hopefully, I've said this, that hopefully something with Jags and something with SIDS will help lead to
I think it's been,
something.
Yeah, like I think it's actually really helpful for them to have that, to have the samples and all the lab results and everything.
So they don't pass in vain.
Yeah.
So.
And at least we know that we're doing everything, and like this guy is like the expert. He knows, like, if there's anything that's known about it, he's discovered it. So it is somewhat comforting that we know that we're not missing something, or not. You Google it and you see like all these experimental things that are so promising, and he's like, it kind of explains. And something else really interesting, he's written a bunch of papers, but one of them was talking about like that it was the psychological effect on the humans is so extreme, just because of the helplessness and you can't fix it, and you just have to watch it happen. And I was like,
my heart just keeps breaking for Constance. I mean, it's just not one but two, and now she's got to worry about Sam too, and so it's like... Yeah,
well, supposedly it's not really contagious in that way.
Oh, good.
So it's still, like, his body would have to mutate. Like, coronavirus is contagious. Almost every cat has it. But whatever it is that triggers that mutation would have to be present for him.
Okay.
And he's a little older. He was probably exposed where he came from, because that was like a multi-cat environment in a trailer park. So he has the same chances as anyone else. But yeah, I know. For Constance, she donated last night to the.
I know. I got outbid. Well, I got outbid on bidding on the little quilt that she had made.
Oh,
it was so cute.
You know who bought it though? Did you meet Karen?
No, but she kept outbidding anybody who bid on it. She kept outbidding for it.
She actually wanted to adopt them, and they have an older cat that has some anxiety issues, and they were like working with their vet and trying to get to a point where they could bring 2 new cats into their house, and they couldn't get there, and like they were just they couldn't they she like fell totally in love with the Siberian Jaguar.
Aww.
So I was kind of like, that was really sweet that she bought it. That was a beautiful quilt. It was really, really lovely.
Yeah, it was a small quilt, but it had different pictures of cats on it that said "Adopt Me" underneath it, and it was just, again, beautiful work.
Yeah.
And so
I wish I had gotten a better picture of it. I think someone got a picture, but
I think I got a picture. I think I took a picture of it,
good.
maybe. So I'll upload it if I didn't already. I
Okay.
uploaded a couple pictures this morning, but I didn't take as many as I'd expected to.
I know, it's crazy
We're
when
so
you get
busy.
there. It's just like,
Yeah.
whirlwind.
So how much do we have a total on how much was raised?
So
The numbers were kind of wonky during the
that's right.
last night.
That's all my fault. It's at 176 now. That's including the 2 people who pledged 20,000 for the Ice Oasis.
That's awesome. by
It
the
is.
way.
Yeah, I know. I'm so
I'm
excited.
so excited.
I know, because we can do. I'm hoping that we can design it so that like the units are accessible from the outside, so that if we trap a feral cat in the middle of the night, we can bring them and they have somewhere safe
To be.
They're not going to go crazy because feral cats don't like to be inside.
Yeah.
But like an environment that's not going to drive them crazy and that's going to be safe for the volunteers to like release a feral cat
into the room.
Because right now we don't have that at
Right.
all. So it's kind of like I feel okay about me doing it, and if I get hurt, that's okay. You know, like that's I'm accepting responsibility for that. But like sending someone out there to get, and then they don't know, you know. I mean, they can be like really dangerous.
Oh, I've ended up hospitalized from a cat bite.
Yeah.
And had to have hand surgery.
Really?
Yeah, because she bit me right in the joints.
Oh.
And my hands swelled up. And so I spent 5 days in the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
So, but that was, back during my fostering days, and she had just had a litter, and we gotten them all fixed and adopted out, and I was getting ready to take her literally to go get fixed, and I say it was her payback for me going to go get her fixed. She saw the crate, and she's like, not going there, and I made the mistake of reaching for her, and she responded by biting, so she spent extra time at the vet after being spayed, and I spent time in the hospital.
Oh my gosh. That is, wow.
But she was a sweet, sweet cat. Couldn't hold it against her. So
did not want to go.
No, she did not.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I know all about the joys of. I've never been bitten in the butt by a cat, and I think Yeti Plum.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. You're not going to bite me in the butt.
Just gonna follow that thing.
I know, there's quite a baby bump right here.
Yes, there is.
There's a baby right there.
I can't wait to see what they look like.
I know.
And all the different names.
I know. You're going to fall off of there, little crazy. No. It's a spider. Why are you scratching still? Don't get it.
Oh, vicious.
I know. Halloween kitty.
So vicious. Uh-oh. So she was just a feral or abandoned by a family, or?
So the story is that she got kicked out because she was preggo.
Got knocked up and kicked out.
Yep. And then she broke into a neighbor's apartment through their balcony. And did not want to leave. Like they have an indoor outdoor cat, and so they leave their balcony open, and he comes and goes, and she would not go near the door. And they couldn't afford to, do vet care or anything like that. And as she was getting bigger, they were like, we can't keep her. So then they called us.
Look at that phenomenal tofu.
I know, right? Look at this. Oh, look at that.
She's got some serious tofu happening.
It's almost disproportionate. Like, it's really extreme.
You're going to have some fluffy babies, I can tell. We need you to have some lynx-like babies.
I know, that would be...
But without the scampiness added.
Yeah.
No additional scampiness.
What do you
Oh. but look at all these babies.
I
Oh my
know.
goodness. You are adorable.
She's growing like 5 days an hour.
She is going to be there riding very soon.
I know, she's already got that. I mean, she had that kind of sway back thing when she came in, but she's eating a lot of, her food intake is going up, which is good. She's eating a lot. The babies are definitely growing, which is good. Can't feel them moving just yet, but not even another week.
And then countdown time.
And then it's gonna happen.
Yay!
Let's see if anyone.
She does it in the middle of the night again. You have a tendency to have cats go into labor in the middle of the night.
I know. I think statistically most of them go into labor overnight. Right?
You know, like a nice middle of the afternoon on a Saturday or Sunday kind of
I know.
labor cat.
That would be nice. And it's gonna be so it'll be dark, black cat. Maybe have to sleep.
Get the nest all set up. So is she still being finicky about litter, or is she?
No. I'm actually amazed because litter box problems can be very challenging,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little concerned about that.
Did you have them strategically placed?
Yeah, she kind of picked the spots that she wanted, and she has not had an accident since she came here.
Good.
And they kind of, as I was leaving, were like, "Oh, by the way, she won't use the litter box, and she just poops and pees wherever." I was like, "Thank you."
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Great. Minor detail. So that's something that's, she'll get returned over and over again. Like, that's gonna be a huge issue. But so at first she wouldn't touch the litter, like not going near it. And then so I put just paper towels in the bottom of the litter box, and she was using that for the first few days. And then I started adding like a little bit of litter under the paper towels, and now there's no paper towels, and she's just using the litter boxes, and she goes a lot. Like,
when you got a bunch of babies
Yeah.
pressed on your bladder, I guess I could understand that.
yeah.
So now she has all the freedom without all the parasites, so she can just
Yeah.
fill that bladder up.
I know, she can just go to town. That's good. Yeah. So Eric cleaned out the car for me, one of the cars, so I can move stuff to the gala. And there was a container of the queen food, which is like the high nutrition, high calorie pregnant mom food. And so it was in like a seal, like a container, like a Rubbermaid container with like the lid closed. And so he came home from the gala, I guess he came home from the gala, and it was off the counter, like in the middle of the floor, just like everywhere. And the teens were just like,
Of course.
stuffed.
There's gotta be, you've gotta find some magical way that they are the most amazing cats. They can break into anything.
I know, there's no doorknob on the door because it's the lever kind, and Panther just helps himself. Like those closet doors, they get them open. I can't keep, and there are no other doors in this house. So it's really just a free-for-all. You can get the cupboards open. This house is
You need to put the
disaster.
little baby locks and stuff on.
I
Although they
know.
probably figure out how to do that too.
I know.
See, apparently they must have trained Lynx properly when he was a kitten to cause all of that scampiness.
Oh,
because,
yeah. I know. They're very bad influences. And Anders, too, is a people food stealer, which he learned from the bunny. It's very naughty. Gaius and Hilo were also on the path to being food stealers. I know.
Such bad kids.
I know. Bad influence.
You would think that they were just the skinniest. Trust me, people, these are not small cats. They are well, perfectly well fed and happy, and
They're like they're probably 5 or 5.5 on the 9-point scale, where like 9 is too big and 1 is too small. They're supposed to be 4.5.
yeah.
They're probably 5.5 at this point.
My middle child I took to the vet last week for his annual, and he's perfectly healthy other than the fact that he weighs 18.5 pounds. And so the vet's like, yeah, probably got to try and find a way to put him on a little bit of a diet. Everything else is fine. He's not diabetic, and all of his tests came back normal. But just in case.
They try to break it to you gently.
Yeah, exactly. He's fat. I'm like, okay. I have one that's about her size. That's all floof.
Oh.
Maybe weighs 5 pounds wet. And then a Siamese, and who you would think every moment that I was away was the end of his life.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting dressed for work. Must touch you. Everything. Must lay on your clothes.
Oh.
You must take me with you. I'm going to die. Please. Oh my goodness gracious.
You need a little pack to carry him around.
Yeah, if I could get away with that, I probably would. But
oh, it's not there. She's not always super talented about the hunting. Right here.
How old is she?
About a year.
Just a baby.
Just a baby. She's not one of the most talented huntresses I've ever seen.
What the tennis suck. Yeah.
It's hard for humans to
She's like, I'm being entertained by Shelly and Kenny.
I know.
I don't need to play with this.
It just goes on its own if I look at it.
Alright, well, and what on earth did I do?
Take some good photos.
I now have lovely pictures of my foot.
That's awesome.
I was not trying to do that. I was trying to shut it. I haven't mastered the iPhone yet.
Did
Only
you
had it
just,
for 4 years.
oh, 4 years. I was going to say, did you just switch it?
No. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, that was a good one.
She's like, wait a minute, it touched my foot.
Oh, and then sometimes she tries to jump up and she doesn't realize she's not as aerodynamic as she used to be.
Oh, Shelly picking on you.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse.
That's true. Because it's her last time.
Yes, her last time. We don't know if it's her first. I suspect it's. I don't know. It's hard to say if it's her first or not. Usually on their first round they have fewer babies, but not always. But she's not very old.
She didn't want to disappoint you with having less than 5.
I know.
What would you do with less than 5?
I don't think I haven't had any less. 5's been my smallest litter of babies that have been born here. I mean, not actually born.
I know you have a lunch that you have to go to, so I'll let you go. But I appreciate you letting me come over and visit.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming all the way out here, and it was so fun to meet you in person.
Yes, finally. It's like I got to meet Luana and Kim and Dawn, and foster dad John was. It was like a special bonus visit by FDJ.
I know.
It's like all these people, they're real. They're not just on camera.
I know. Do we all look different in person?
No, actually, you don't.
Really?
Although it's funny because everybody's like, "How tall is Shelly?"
I know, and John is super tall, but like you never see. And Sarah is like tiny.
And Shannon's short. I know Shannon was at my table last night, so she's short too.
Yep.
So all these cam parents were there last night. And
yes, it was fun. And there was some jungle parents. I don't know.
Besides Dawn and Kim and Luana, who else was there?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't see Puma's people. And I think Margay's people were going to be in Mexico. Kayla couldn't be there. Yeah, and Constance was going to come with them.
Right. Completely understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all going to be a blabbering mess in about a week or two. It's just going to be me.
Well, hopefully longer. I
don't know what.
The dry one takes longer.
Fucking wood.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Dorothy. Now you have a new friend.
Yes.
A new American friend.
That's 2 of us. Actually, no, John and that's 4 of us.
And I'm American too.
Yeah.
Technically. American living in Canada where they do fireworks.
On Halloween.
Yeah. Oh,
where's Shepherd Goose?
He is in. I have the shepherd moose and chicken fish safely separated at the beginning just to make sure that there's nothing leaky. Because sometimes, like if she had ringworm, it may not crop up for a couple weeks, or sometimes the stress of just coming to the shelter or moving to a new place will trigger a little upper respiratory or something. So I try to keep them safe until it's
certain that everything is good to go.
Yeah, since they go from litter to litter. Oh, hi babies. I'm petting your babies. Should I pet the babies?
Oh, she's so sweet. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that.
She's like, I kind of like this. I know. Shiny.
She's kind of got the light brown on the bottom.
And effect.
Fabulous tofu.
Amazing tofu. Yes. Yes. That was good. She does good being held. Yep.
It was funny because I watch you do the hover kitty thing and I try it with my cats and I'm like, yeah, no, they don't do that.
Yeah.
I apparently missed that part.
Mine, like if they're sleeping, I can pick them up and take them around, but they don't necessarily do the. I was actually, because I was kicked out of Canada for. See, that's naughty behavior.
What was that for? She just gave you that.
I know. It's when I walk away.
It's like, okay, don't leave.
It happens.
I know you're leaving me.
Sometimes when I first enter the room, I'm trying to figure that out. Figure that one out. Oh, my white hair.
Not a complete black cat.
No, black and white. She's tuxedo now. I'm make sure
She's trying.
Oh, see, I'm amazed that it's actually clear.
Wow.
The chickens piled up out there.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, I know.